Hey guys, and welcome back. So the first thing we're going to do is actually sell some of the stuff that we've gotten. And then we're going to continue on with wedding crashes. Actually quite far to get to there, eh? The blacksmith. We can help the blacksmith. Yeah, because we're a blacksmith. So going to the blacksmith makes more sense. If you guys missed the last episode, that was a crazy one. We were drinking with humans. It was very out of it.
Show me your wares.
Show me your wares. Okay, and we want to sell. Sell that. Sell that. Oh, this is all of his stuff that we got at the start of the game. Just sell it back to him, you know? Warfare, we can sell all those.
Let's talk about the price.
Gut, versuchen wir es.
Price will change, yep.
Do you accept?
That's more like it. Lower your price a little more and we can make a deal. Sehr gut. I can agree to that.
Nice.
War ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
You learned multiple finances? What is that? Is that like a perk or something? Skills? One way or another. I'm gonna find your opponent defends against you, stun or stealth kill them. They will suffer penalties to their stats that make it easier to defeat them conventionally. Okay, we'll get that. But what was the... What was the thing that we just unlocked though? Okay, we have a lot of perks we can go through. Alchemy. Craftsman. Thievery. Nice. Alright. We're gonna actually head to that blacksmith, I think. Shouldn't take too long to get there, it's not too far. Where is it? No, it's not too far at all. Alright, the blacksmith should be up this road. English no good. What's this person doing?
What on earth are you doing here?
Nothing.
What's with that hole there?
What about it?
You've got a body in there, haven't you? Admit it.
I ain't got nothing in there.
Then what are you up to here?
Look, I mean no disrespect, but I ain't having the best of days. So, thanks for stopping by, but no need to tarry for my sake.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I think not. But thanks anyway.
Come now. You surely won't turn down a helping hand. What is it you're up to?
You're a stubborn one, aren't you? But alright then. Listen up. I'm Bolek.
And I'm Henry.
See, what I'm doing here is... How do I... Sakura. How to explain this? Well, it's just... the hand of God dragged me here to look for the Holy Grail.
You're looking for the Holy Grail? Here, of all places?
Aye. It should be around here somewhere. Somewhere in the area.
Are you a complete lunatic? How the hell did you come up with such a crock of shit? Why here, of all places?
Because I met this old monk the other day. He wasn't entirely right in the head. He kept muttering to himself and looked the worse for wear. Not a pleasant sight, but I felt sorry for him. So I shared some wine and a piece of bacon with him, and he gave me a parchment with writing on it.
You can read?
Of course I can't read. I don't have time for that kind of tomfoolery. But I know a scribe over in Kuttenberg, and he read it to me. And what it said near knocked me on my arse.
Let me guess. Something about the Grail.
Aye! That filthy scrap of parchment described exactly where the chalice of Christ was hidden.
Seriously?
Well, I mean, not actually exactly. It was more like a bunch of verses, but it's a great clue.
Really? Do tell.
You think I'd let you in on it?
Maybe I can help you. Bones, holy relics, buried chests. Wouldn't be the first time I ferreted something out.
You've found stuff like this before?
I sure have. I've got a knack for it. It's pretty much what I do.
Sacre. Maybe I really am missing something. Fine. The monk gives me this parchment and it says, "From two magical mountains, gazing to the heavens. Like a thirsty pilgrim I tread the trail. Across the verdant valley to land's end. There shall I drink from the spring that will not suffer my breath to fail."
Let me see that parchment.
Here. Can you make anything out of it?
It looks like it's been torn out of a book.
I hadn't thought of that.
Part of the rhyme might be missing. Or maybe there's a map to go with it.
Of course! A map! Why didn't I think of that?
Are you all right?
I might know who has the map. 1,000 thanks, Henry. You can keep that parchment. You've been a big help.
Well, good luck then.
It was good to see you, my friend.
Huzzah! Okay, up here is the blacksmith. At least it should be.
Here you go. Take it.
There you go, boy. So we're going to do work for the blacksmith so that we can go to the wedding. Oh, no way. I've been looking forward to doing this, to be honest.
What would you like?
I'm here about a job.
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge.
Scrap metal, steel. Start forging. Hunting sword. The hunting sword is a faithful companion to every hunter, or it's usually used to finish off game, but also handy for cutting kindling too. Okay, this is actually really
It's
cool.
cold now.
Oh,
Give it a practice try. Some
Do I
swords
actually
like
make it?
swords are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up. Like poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above.
oh no way! This is awesome.
You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now. So come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's a sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway.
Okay.
It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before.
This is cool.
Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes.
Rotate.
The sparks are flying nicely. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking.
After finishing, sword must still be tempered. That's cool. Hunting sword.
Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your
Oh,
things.
yes!
And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. And they can't afford it neither.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them. Though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house, there are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. You go in by the rear door, next to the woodshed, and you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry, nobody'll steal them.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right, here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
The biggest advantage to having your own bed are they always visible or available to you to sleep in, automatically save the game. You can get more beds at later stages of the story by buying them at taverns and larger buildings. All your beds are marked on the map. Yay. Is this the one he was talking about? Oh, yeah. No way. He even gave us some stuff. Oh. Some shields. Crossbow. Sleep and save. Is this a bug? I think we've hit a bug. We'll try to load that again. Hopefully we'll reload it and then the bug won't be active. There we go. Okay. Red. Master Hunter. Come on. Ordinary coat. And crossbow with bolts. Okay. We also need a shield. What shield are we going to go with? Shield of summer? Winter? Let's go for summer, because I like summer. So this one's going to be my warrior. This one here. Okay, this here is just going to be my blacksmith. Warrior, blacksmith. Perfect. And we'll have a ring. Why not? This is cool. Oh, sketch for horseshoe. We'll learn that. This is cool. Man, they did a really good job with this stuff. What else? Let's make some axes.
Alright. You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
I have to hammer it more evenly. Oh, this is useless. It's cold.
Back to the forge. One of the most annoying things that I found about the last game was how you were a blacksmith's son and you couldn't do blacksmithing. It would have been cool if they brought it out as like a DLC or something.
Christ almighty.
This'll take a bit longer. And that's it.
Ah! Quench and finish. Voila! And we make axe. Work axe. Make 2 axes, 3 horseshoes. To the anvil.
Christ, what a day.
Come on, Henry.
Well, I'm about half done.
Oh.
This is almost done.
Am I gonna get it in one burning?
That's it.
Ah, got it in one burning, guys. It's not bad. Not bad, not bad. Oh, we got a perk. Let's see what the perk is. Player. Got a main level. Skills. Crafting. Through maintenance. Your gear will be damaged 10% slower, so you don't have to... Oh, helping hand. Repairs by craftsman. 20% cheaper. I think we might do this one. I think we should actually go down to the bottom. What? That's 21.
What do you...
Sure, that's almost all of our money. Don't think it's worth it just yet, eh, guys? Let's make some horseshoes. Oh, oh.
Herrgott, that's not good.
Oh, did I make it too hot? Rotate. Man, it's so weird using this mouse.
I'm about half done. have to move it.
Good day. Did you hear who died?
I thought it was old Bart, but then I heard him coughing his lungs up in the
I should
yard
move
the
it.
other day.
Not a chance.
Needs to go on the forge.
Will outlive us all.
These ones are the hard ones.
The beanpole.
Him?
He's been complaining he couldn't
Back to the anvil.
that he was seeing things.
And he was dead in the morning? Poor thing.
Aye. He had his whole life in front of him. And next thing you know, he's being buried. Excellent. Excellent. Next time it'll be even better.
I have to move it.
Good doggy. Good boy.
I've almost got it done.
They're done. Horseshoes are hard.
How can I help you today? It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semine, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semine and find out what the bloody hell happened.
All right.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk, kick their asses for me.
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety into them. Show me your ware.
Okay, sell.
A word about the price.
All right. We're getting...
I'll go for it.
Thank you. And a good... I'm sorry.
Let's just bite the bullet, guys.
Let's talk about the price.
All right. Well, if you offer it... Finally! Hey, come back anytime, friend.
Awesome. Should actually go to sleep until the morning. That'll help us also heal our wounds. Yeah, we'll... Then we'll just wait for a couple of hours, I guess. It's not the best technique, but we're fully healed. We've saved. And 48 groschen.
Good doggy. Good boy.
So where are we heading? Oh, we're heading here. Okay, so we'll head to Trotsky, whatever it's called. Trofsky? Trofskwitz. I don't know.
Stop messing about. Put it away.
Nice. We've got a crossbow, which I'm quite happy about. So we're heading to A. Nice. I actually feel pretty safe now, which is good. Just being able to pick them off long distance.
Braver Köter.
I said
Ganz
quiet.
brav.
Let's give it a try.
So I take it over there is the place we're heading to. Alright, so we have arrived here. So this is... Oh, it's a mini, like, castle area. It's walled off. That's cool. I guess the first place to look would be a tavern, right? Feel like that's where everyone goes.
Don't cause any trouble. Got it?
Great.
Greetings.
Don't cause any trouble.
So I says to him, "No, father, I haven't been fornicating. I've just been loving my neighbour."
Hey! You alright there, laddie?
Oh, you should have seen him. He went as red as a cardinal's hat. Aye. Hey, servant, bring some wine.
Me? I'm not a servant.
Oh, I know. Old Samine is saving supplies for the wedding later. But you didn't need to bother your wee head about that.
Look, I'm not from here.
Oh. I didn't give a fuck what you frae. You speak our language, do you not?
Nah.
Well, Yarko, seems to me this fella doesn't know how to behave toward his betters.
The old man's hired hands are lacking in manners. We'll soon fix that.
Oh. You want to go? Let's go, sunshine.
We better fight.
Stop beating him.
with him. Whack it!
Bring out my sword.
Come on. Oh, you wee blasted!
That devil's name is fucking going on here?
What do you think's going on, Grandad? I'm teaching your people here how we do things.
Grandad?
Why, Grandad? An old captain like you probably still remember the flood.
True enough, Yurko. I am old. And I remember all sorts of things. Like you. When you were a little nipper running around here bare arse, with a ribbon in your hair, screaming out how you was Princess Sophie. Poor lad, hadn't a moment's peace from his big sisters.
What about that wine?
Who in God's name are you?
Henry. The Takoff blacksmith sent me. Radovan.
Blacksmith, eh? Then you'll have some explaining to do. Come along and never mind that fool Yurko. Young Samin's getting married, so we has to put up with his kin from Moravia.
We'll be needing a dozen geese. And I must tell Vashek to get 3 pigs ready for slaughter. And the carters will have to be sent to Yetchin to get at least a peck of poppy seed for cakes. And gingerbread spices. Oh, and wine, too. It's almost all gone, what we bought only last week.
Enter!
Sorry to intrude, sir. This is Henry, blacksmith Radovan's hand.
Oh, excellent. Dorothy, leave us now. Just make sure that there's plenty of everything so long as it doesn't cost too much.
But, sir...
Not another word! Leave us! So Radovan sent you alone. Who's going to unload it all? It's a whole cartload.
Yeah, Radovan sent me, sir, but not with the goods. The thing is, he's missing his cart, along with the carter in his hands.
What? But they never came here. Are you telling me they got lost?
Well, I couldn't tell you what happened to them, sir, but it's my job to find them.
There are all sorts of vermin roaming the countryside.
Oh, no
so...
need to imagine the worst right off, gnarly. Anyway, I need the load from that cart, so saddle up your old nag and we'll ride out, Captain. I could do with a breath of fresh air. I've had it up to the eyeballs with counting geese and pies.
What about Henry here, sir?
Well, what about him?
We could use an extra pair of hands. You know how my shoulder's acting up. Yurko is shit-faced, and your son...
The older has work to do. All right, take Henry with you if you want. Just so long as he doesn't slow us down.
Thank you, sir.
I don't have a horse. Gonna give me a horse? Pebbles?
So, lad, you going with us? I hope you're happy about it.
Yeah. I'll be glad to help you.
Oh, you reckon we can't manage on our own?
No. That's not how I meant it.
Take it easy, son. I'm only yanking your pizzle. By the way, the fellas at the gate say you came here on foot.
Yeah, I did.
Christ above. And how are you going to ride with us? On the back of my saddle? You're a bit big for that, ain't ya? And I'm a bit too old.
Could I borrow a horse?
You've got a stud farm here, don't you? Couldn't I borrow one of your horses?
Aye. And then we'd never see hide nor hair of you, nor the animal again. We don't lend horses. But you're in luck. Our groom brought in a grey nag not long ago. Tell him you've got to ride out with us, and he'll give it to you for a decent price.
All right. Thanks.
Well, that should be that. Unless you've got any more questions.
No, that's all. But we should get going.
My thoughts exactly. Off to the courtyard then.
How much is this nag going to cost?
Excuse me.
That granddad's as old as the hills.
Hired hand.
Damn cold. Don't shove!
Where's the horse person?
The Lord be with you.
Would you happen to have a cheap horse for sale?
Well, I sell, but by the looks of you, you must be talking about. But all she's good for are sausages. That old bitch won't let anybody touch her. I was already suspicious when he said he found her running about near the Rock Tower Pond.
Grey, old, and someone found her by the Rock Tower Pond. That's where we were ambushed. That's my horse.
It's Pebbles.
That's Pebbles.
Say something.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it down by the Rock Tower Pond, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
She's my horse. I rode in on her from Ratai, in the retinue that was attacked down by the pond.
Right. You happen to need a new horse, and this one just happens to be the one you already own. Does it have your brand? It does not. So you are out of luck.
Who sold her to you?
I told you already. Some young lad. He wasn't from here.
What did he look like? Where'd he go?
You're a bit hasty, eh? He had black hair and a big beard. And he looked like he'd been sleeping in the woods. And his breath smelled like hell. But I couldn't tell you where he was headed.
Look, you know they attacked an entourage by that pond, right?
I heard about it. That news spread through the land like wildfire.
And the one who sold it to you told you he found it by the pond, right?
Well, he did, aye.
So it's not entirely impossible she belonged to me.
Maybe not impossible, but I paid for her.
Aye, but just a few groschen. You said so yourself. Wouldn't you rather be in the good graces of someone who might have been part of that expedition?
Maybe so. All right, I'll give her to you. But you owe me one. Go and get her then. If she remembers you, she might even come when you whistle for her.
Ah, yes.
Safe travels. Oh, excuse me.
Come here.
We got our horse back. I'm so happy.
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
As you say, sir.
Where will we start searching, sir?
If they drove out of Tarkov and headed towards us, they had to pass through Troskovitz.
Right, sir. You keep up with us, son. Troskovitz ain't far, but it seems there's fellas vanishing on the way.
Very good, Captain.
What do you think of this, Captain?
I know you told me not to jump to any conclusions, sir, but I can't help myself. Running rampant around here, sir.
I know who's running rampant. Yurko in the cellar. We're out of wine again. I knew this wedding wouldn't be cheap, but I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the bailiff, the bride's father, you'd get more blood out of a stone than coin out of him. And then he behaves like I shit golden eggs just because I'm a noble.
even though he's got more coin than me.
Such are the times, sir. But that Yurko, he's going too far.
You know how those Moravians are. It's in his blood.
Aye, I noticed. But they're getting too much to handle. Him and his cronies. They started on young Henry, as soon as he set foot on the courtyard.
What? Is that true, Henry?
With all due respect, sir, I wouldn't want to offend your relatives.
Don't worry, they're my wife's relatives. I see what you're getting at. So how did this little brawl of yours end up?
Young Henry here gave Yurko a nice hammering.
Oh, that's no surprise. The fella can hardly stand upright most of the time.
You'd have
brought
to
out
get
my
up early
sword,
to catch them sober. But they wasn't that drunk as to give Henry an easy fight.
Look here, lad. If you're such a champion, I'm sure you'd accept the challenge of an old man like myself.
It would be an honor, sir.
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the path a bit. We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
All right, sir. If you'll excuse me, I'll explain some things to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents happening.
What's happening?
So, we're here. Gnarly, tell the youngster here what's what.
Good.
All right, son. You're going to fight Lord Sameen. It'll be an honorable fight, so you better act accordingly. Hold on, Mo. I'll give you some gear for it.
All
What
right.
weapon will you give me?
What would you like?
The quill is mightier than the sword.
Sword?
Don't get ahead of yourself, laddie. A sword belongs in noble hands. You can have my cudgel. It might be just a stick, but it's my stick, so careful with it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get your arse into the pen.
So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Whoa. Oh, yes. Ooh. Whoa.
What do you say, son?
That was tough.
You really gave me the runaround.
I'm no spring chicken, but I'm as spry as ever.
That's true. And you handled this too, sir. Anyways, you can keep that old junk, Henry. Even my cudgel. But take care of the old fella. He might be just a piece of wood,
but he saved my arse more than once.
I will, Captain.
What else did he give us? So we'll put that there. Damaged leather. Oh. Horse. And we can make horseshoes. Let's actually quickly wash ourselves. There you go, just get rid of all that stuff. Jump back on pebbles.
It's good to stretch the limbs every now and again. Don't worry about losing, lad. You've got some talent, I can tell. You should come to the courtyard and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting skewered as soon as you step foot outside the village. But do come, Henry. We've got a nice arena in Sameen. It ain't no abandoned pig pen.
You can't always choose your battleground, Gnarly. Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Karlstein, it's the performance that counts. And while we're on the subject, where are you from, lad? It's clear you're not from Trotsky.
Be vague.
I'm from Silver Skalitz, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here, and a lot of scores to settle.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl, build a cottage, and visit the church and tavern in turn. There's no helping a dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir. Only women will tie you down, lad. Better to go and see a bit of the world. You're doing right.
Keep your eyes on the road, you fool! Watch where you're going!
Okay, so now we're in the town.
So, we're in Troskowitz. What now, sir? Should I go to the bailiff and ask if he might have seen someone?
Well, that makes sense. But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village and come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
About who? Since you're not here, how could I speak of you?
That's what I like to hear. Now run along.
Alright guys, well we're going to end this episode here. So if you liked it, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.